అందరికీ నమస్కారం. SBR టాక్స్ ఛానల్ స్వాగతం. మిత్రులారా, ప్రతి తల్లిదండ్రులు కూడా తమ పిల్లల్ని చాలా ఉన్నత స్థితిలో చూడాలనుకుంటారు. సక్సెస్ఫుల్ పీపుల్గా తీర్చిదిద్దాలనుకుంటారు. దానికోసము ఇంట్లో, స్కూల్లో దానికి కావలసినటువంటి ఏర్పాట్లను చేసే ప్రయత్నంలో ఉంటారు. కానీ నిజంగా ఎలాంటి స్కూలింగ్ అండ్ ఎలాంటి పేరెంటింగ్ ఉంటే తన పిల్లలు సక్సెస్ఫుల్ పీపుల్గా అయ్యే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. అది అటు కార్పొరేట్ సెక్టర్లో కానీ, ఐటీ సెక్టర్లో కానీ, సివిల్ సర్వీస్ లాంటి ఉన్నతోద్యోగాలు కానీ, సామాజిక రాజకీయ రంగంలో కానీ, అది ఏదైనా కావచ్చు. సో ఆ విషయం లేదా నాలాంటి సామాన్యులు మాట్లాడడం కంటే అనేక ఫీల్డ్స్లో ఎక్స్పర్ట్ అయినటువంటి ఐఐటీలో టాప్ ర్యాంక్ సాధించినటువంటి అవిభవ్ సార్తో మాట్లాడితే బాగుంటుంది. వారి గురించి ఒక నిమిషం ఇంట్రడక్షన్ తర్వాత మనం చర్చలోకి వెళ్దాం. వారు ఇందోర్ ప్రాంతంలో స్కూలింగ్ చదువుకున్నారు. ఇంటర్మీడియట్ కూడా అక్కడే చదువుకున్నారు. డైరెక్ట్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్తో పాటే 162 ఆల్ ఇండియా జనరల్ ర్యాంక్ ఓపెన్ కేటగిరీ సాధించారు. ఫిజిక్స్లో 146 అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 146 ఆల్ ఇండియా ఫస్ట్ సాధించారు. ఆ తర్వాత ఐటీ ఢిల్లీ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఇంజనీర్ పూర్తి చేసి కొంతకాలం HFT హై ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ట్రేడింగ్ అంటారు. చాలా వరకు మీరు పేపర్లలో, టీవీల్లో వినే 1 crore ప్యాకేజ్ అన్నీ కూడా చాలామంది HFT వాళ్ళకే వస్తుంటాయి. ఆ తర్వాత సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ కూడా ప్రయత్నించారు. ఇంటర్వ్యూ వరకు వెళ్ళారు ఫిజిక్స్ ఆప్షనల్ తోటి. ఇప్పుడు ఆ తర్వాత తన అంతర్వాణి మేరకు టీచింగ్ మీద ఉండేటువంటి ప్యాషన్ గ్రహించి చాలా భారీ ప్యాకేజ్ చేయటువంటి ఉద్యోగాలను సైతం వదిలి హైదరాబాద్లో మాదాపూర్లో మియాపూర్ KPHB ప్రాంతంలో ఉన్నటువంటి మాడ్యులస్లో తన మిత్రుడు స్థాపించిందే నితిన్ కుమార్, బహుశా క్లాస్మేట్ అనుకుంటాను. నితిన్ కుమార్ స్థాపించినటువంటి మాడ్యులస్లో ఫిజిక్స్ ఫ్యాకల్టీగా పనిచేస్తున్నారు. సో చాలామంది స్టూడెంట్స్ ప్రీతిపాత్రమైనటువంటి వ్యక్తి. వారితో మాట్లాడి రియల్గా ఒక సక్సెస్ఫుల్ పీపుల్ మారాలంటే ఎలాంటి స్కూలింగ్, పేరెంటింగ్ అవసరమైనటువంటి విషయం మీద మాట్లాడదాం. నమస్తే సార్.
నమస్తే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Sir, you are brought in a tier 2 city.
Yeah.
Indore. And you have studied normal education. It's not a very high-fi school or nothing like that.
Nothing.
So you were successful in almost many ways. So IIT you got rank and you were selected for the highest paying job. Civil service also you went to highest position. So now you are one of the most you are very fond of many students also here also. So many messages also I'm getting about you and Modulus physics teacher. So what do you think about this parenting and schooling in the contemporary India? And what are the necessary steps to be taken by a parent or school management to make students very successful in the latter life?
Sir, it's a very good question because it is a very needed question today. In today's scenario, we have come a long way since independence, and we have been able to reach out to many people so that literacy rates are quite high, and we have been able to provide education to a lot of people, to the masses and all that. But still I feel that in terms of the proper the holistic education that a student should need, we are still lagging far behind. Because if you see in the last 2-3 decades, what has happened is a few fields like, let's say, engineering, or let's say medical, or let's say CA, all these fields have come up to the top, and mostly people are dedicating their half of childhood life only to eventually crack these exams or crack these positions. So education is supposed to make you a holistic person. It is supposed to...
It made a education examination method.
Yeah,
system.
It has actually only pushing you towards cracking one particular examination that will also happen only on one particular day. It is not preparing you for life.
There is a chance of less than 1% chance to success.
Yeah, like statistically also if you are preparing very hard, there are chances that you will fail because there are so many people and there are so less seats. So definitely education system has come a long way, but it is still has to go a very long way still. What I feel is there is a very dire need of bringing in a lot of different aspects of life to the education system itself. If you think about the older Gurukul system that we had in the ancient India, that was not only focusing on learning the Vedas or the Upanishads or the Bhagavad Gita. It was focusing on every single aspect of life. The guru would teach the student how to cook also, because cooking is also a very integral part of life.
Very important life skill.
Yes, it is a life skill. It is a survival skill. If you know how to cook, you will never have that survival fear that how will I cook food today because my mom is not at home. So all these things should be very inherently integrated in the education system only. Currently, we are only focusing on PCM subjects or some bio subject and all that. What I feel is the education system should, it is a very high need that education system should quickly bring in all aspects of life. In some sense, if we can include very good subjects like philosophy, psychology, sociology in the curriculum also, so that people will know how does the human psyche is working, what is the goal of life, what is the meaning of life that is being taught by philosophy, or how does a society work, what is this family system and this schooling system and this political system that will come under sociology. These subjects should be there in the curriculum also. Apart from the curriculum, what is needed is more focus on sports activities, more focus on cultural activities, creative activities. There should be the system should inherently push the children towards pursuing sports in a very structured manner. It should not be left to them that if you want to play, go play. If you don't want to play, sit and study for physics and chemistry and maths. No, there should be a proper structure exactly in the same way that we have a structure for JEE and NEET and all these examinations. People are taking it very seriously. There should be a structure that they have to have these many credits in some particular sports also. They have to have these many credits in a particular cultural activities also. They should know how to write a basic poem. They should know how to write a basic short story. So that will actually give them a very depth and fulfilling life, especially in their initial stage of development. Secondly, coming to the parents part, what is the role of the parents in doing all this? Sir, I think today mostly what happens is parents have become very busy. The lifestyles have become so busy because usually both parents are working. So their children, their kids do not have much guidance from their parents also. So they are mostly spending time on social media. They are wasting time. They are getting influenced by a lot of random misinformation giving influencers on social media. So what is needed today is, first of all, the very basic step of start spending time with your own kids. Start devoting 1 hour, 1.5 hour or 2 hour at least every single day, and talk to the kids. Try to tell them whatever you have learned in your life. Start igniting their curiosity about life. Don't just leave it to themselves that whatever the school is giving them, whatever their college or intermediate is giving them, they will learn that and that is enough. That is not actually enough. That is only a small part. Parents, what should the parents do is they should start inculcating curiosity, basic that feeling of trying to understand every single thing of life from within. I was discussing with some of my students in the class. A lot of students today do not even know the meaning of their name. Their names are derived from some Sanskrit word or something, and they don't know what is the meaning of their own name. Where is that curiosity where you should at least start by asking what is this meaning of my own name? So curiosity is one thing that I feel. Secondly, what I feel is there should be a lot of focus on efforts and not on results. Today parents are mostly focusing on results. What is your result? How much percentage? How much rank? How much package? But they do not focus too much on efforts. I think, again, I've talked about this earlier also, in Bhagavad Gita also, the topmost message is the Nishkam Karma message. The karma. Exactly. So, your goal is to not focus on results. Your goal is to focus on your actions. How much effort is the child putting in? How much disciplined, how much hard work is he putting in? That is what he should learn during this initial age of life. Also, I feel that there is this new trend of moving towards smart work instead of hard work. Go towards smart work. Smart work is a better work. I feel that even if you are doing smart work, that should also be done in a very hard way. Do a very smart hard work. Like hard work is a very inherent part of life. That should be done anyway. And if you are being able to do that hard work in a smart way, that is also good. But smart work can never replace hard work. today these kids and the generation today has so much prosperity and so much every single thing is available on apps and on fingertips that they are not willing to work very hard. They feel that if I'm not able to understand this topic by myself, I will quickly go on YouTube or some website and I will learn from some teacher or all that. But that inherent nature of putting in the hard work, reading the whole book by yourself and trying to understand things, that is going away. So one more thing that is needed is focusing on hard work rather than results and rather than delaying things, procrastination. All these things should not be there. Pure hard work should be there. Then I think a lot of focus needs to be there today, health wise also, because every single thing is being available on smartphones and the life has become so easy that children have stopped playing sports. They have stopped focusing on their own health, even physical health and mental health, which is why we have so many rising cases of anxiety and depression and all that. So what is needed is start having a very healthy lifestyle, stop going towards that junk food, that easily available, quickly made food. Parents, because sir, all these things a child cannot understand by himself. It is the parent's responsibility to make him understand what is the kind of food that he should have, what is the kind of lifestyle he should have. Should he go out every single day for 1 hour to play sports or not? What is he doing in his free time? Is he spending his free time only on social media reels, or is he actually reading some book? One more thing that I can think right now is reading a lot of biographies. Because when I was very young, I had this habit, my parents gave me this habit of reading biographies of a lot of successful people.
In all walks of life.
In all walks of life, whether it is APJ Abdul Kalam or Mahatma Gandhi or Bill Gates. Every single person has a lot of learning in themselves.
Yeah, in their journey.
And they are writing it in some 300, 400 pages book. It is a great thing to learn that, to read that book and trying to inculcate these habits in yourself.
They will be ready enough to challenge so many difficulties also in the coming future.
Exactly, and they will get to know that this person became successful not very easily. He became successful because he has
so many hurdles
and failures and struggles he had to go through. Only then can real success come. I was discussing this the other day in my class also. C.V. Raman, who is the first Nobel Prize winner from the Indian Nobel Prize winner in physics only. That person, C.V. Raman, topped his Andhra Pradesh board 10th class exam. He got rank 1. Now, when students came to know this, they started taking this IP exam, the intermediate exam, very seriously, because they thought that even that Nobel laureate also went through this same journey.
Jayalalitha, Tamil Nadu minister, Tamil Nadu CM minister, he got Karnataka state first.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. So when the student will know the whole journey of some successful person, that is when he will know that how
they handle the toughest situations.
How they handle, what were they like when they were a child, what were they like when they were an adult, how did they take decisions, why did they pursue this field or that field. All these things they can learn from these great successful people, because eventually you are in this world, every single person wants to become successful. He wants to live a very successful and a fulfilling life. So learning from the people who have already done is a great thing. So I think parents should every 1 month they should give one particular biography of some great person, and they should give the task that please read this and completely read this and tell me what did you learn from this book. This is also a great way, I feel.
It also avoids to go that unnecessary social media
exactly because
Satsankalpe, Dusankalpe, that Shankaracharya is saying.
Exactly. Like when you are spending time on some good things, you will people come to me, sir, I have this habit of watching these Instagram reels and spending or wasting time on social media. What should I do? Your problem is not that you are wasting time on social media. Your problem is you do not have something better that you can hold on to, and then
he doesn't know how to utilize time also.
Exactly.
Studying books or just using mobile phone. There is no third one.
Yes. Once he will start reading that book and that book is interesting, he will not feel that urge to go towards social media. But since that book is not in his hands, so he feels that this is the way of life. This is what people do in their free time. They will go through social media. So this is again the responsibility of parents to tell the students that you should to get a deeper and holistic understanding of life, start learning life from the people who have lived life the best way possible, and that is only through going through their life journeys and all that. So this is also one thing. One more thing that I feel is again, health-wise, they should play more sports, sir. Sports activities have come so down in today's generation. I don't see many people of, especially in this like class 6 to 10th or 12th, that these people are out on the ground and they are playing sports and football and cricket. Small kids are doing that, but as soon as they enter this JEE preparation mode or NEET preparation mode, this stop doing all these things, and their sole focus is cracking some examination 6 years later, which is not very going to be very fruitful for their holistic personality development. And in general, it is a truth that you will only be truly successful in life when you are truly a very evolved and a very fully developed human being. You cannot imagine yourself to be a successful person only by knowing physics or computer science or electrical engineering to the core, and you don't know anything else. How to lead a team, because eventually you will gain some managerial position, you will have to gain that leadership skills also, you will have to gain that how to manage a team also, how to talk to peers. These things are also needed. So only when you involve in a lot of different activities, curricular activities, cultural activities, sports activities, that is when you will develop these qualities. I also feel that there is a very high need of introducing some sort of philosophical or spiritual understanding to the kids also, because these in the last 20-30 decades, what has happened is, according to me, materialism has like progressed so much faster that people especially the younger people, the people who are still very have very gullible minds and they do not understand life very deeply. They are very drawn towards different kinds of material. I want this thing, I want that thing, and they feel that this will give me happiness. But they don't understand life's true meaning. So in some sense, there is a very high need for introducing them to spiritual and philosophical ideas also. I think till the last generation, what used to happen was the family itself was a very religious and a spiritual unit in that sense. The TV serials would show Ramayana or Mahabharat broadcast, and people would learn these basic itihas from these places only. But today's generation are not knowing any basic things about these also.
There is no proper influence here.
No proper information about our own
inspiration also there is
no inspiration.
There are so many inspirational people, but they are not knowing.
So telling them the true role models, telling them the true people who are actually who have lived life very well, that is also needed, and that will also expose them to their own inherent culture. Today I see a lot of young people are attracted towards the Korean culture or the US culture or the European culture. But what about Indian culture? That is one of the most deeply rooted and one of the most holistic culture that is ever possible, ever made. I've learned so much Indian culture through foreigners, because foreign people will come here and they will tell that this is happening in India and I read this book and that book. And it feels very sad that people from our own country are moving towards some other kinds of culture. So it is again the responsibility of parents and guardians only to introduce their kids to their own inherent Indian culture only. So these are some things that is very highly needed to be done by the parents, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. We had a great words from you for the parents, students. Dhanyavad. Bharat Mata ki Jai.